All right, the disagreement between Shelby County DA and Republican state lawmakers taking another turn this week with the announcement from the DA, Mr. Mulroy, that after a racial disparity study, he wants to change the enforcement of some gun laws. First of all, the study found that blacks in Memphis are 11.6 times more likely to be charged with unlawful gun possession than whites. His solution is a diversion program for felons charged with firearm possession and apply it to defendants as long as they have no violent criminal histories. Now, that brought this response from House Speaker Cameron Sexton. He said, "Everything I've said about Steve Mulroy is true. He is soft on criminals. He makes Memphis unsafe. He pushes a dangerous ideology and agenda. He wants gun control on law-abiding citizens, but is good with felons possessing firearms." And Senator Brent Taylor of Eads and Collierville, he weighed in as well. He said, when there are no consequences, people will continue to break the law. We don't mete out justice based on race. We mete it out based on who is breaking the law. That's what he told the Daily Memphian. And then late on Friday, the development from Speaker Sexton, we learned that he's in touch with the State Attorney General, John Skrmetti, about removing Steve Mulroy from office over this. What are your thoughts, Reverend Norman?
Well, first of all, Brent Taylor's statement is a beautiful statement if it were true.
Right.
Justice has been meted out, and we know that as African-American males and all people in society that it has not been fair to all. It's been disproportionate. And so now you have DAs like Mulroy and others around the country who are trying to bring the pendulum back from the far side, but I do believe you have to gradually bring it back and not just swing it to the left. You have to take your time and you have to look at how the laws have been written, and you have to reform the law and make sure that it is fair for all people. I think Mulroy came in, the study proves it, that African-American males and others have been incarcerated at a higher rate, and they've been charged as felons, and their lives have just gone into a funnel downhill. And so now we have to do something to not bring so many people into that system and give them punitive justice for the rest of their lives.
What do you think about this war of words, Otis, and how you see it ending?
Well, first of all, I agree 100% that Brent Taylor, I don't know where he's been hiding for the last 30 or 40 years, but there has been disparity, and people do get sentenced based on race.
Yes.
Let's just be honest about that.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I think there's total overreaction here, because what he's talking about here is, for example, a person a decade ago was charged with a felony, convicted of a felony for drug possession that was nonviolent. Mm-hmm. Well, he served his time, or whatever happened to him, but the felony record is still there. He hadn't committed any other crimes, may not be involved in any drugs, but he has a gun. He gets stopped by the police. They find a gun in the car. That's what we're talking about here. And they will still be prosecuted. But if they can keep their nose clean, get into a diversion program, and after a year there's no other problems, that's when the diversion kicks in. I just think that Cameron Sexton, I think Brent Taylor, and all these Republicans are overreacting to this. This is not as critical as Cameron Sexton says it is. We're talking about nonviolent here. They are still prosecuting gun cases, and they certainly are prosecuting violent gun cases.
So, Republican Mark Billingsley, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I'll tell you this. Other than going out for hunting or target practice, I think anywhere where there's a gun, you've got to have responsibility. I think, again, DA Mulroy basically advertising that we're going to and have far less punishments for felons with guns. Again, I think we continue to make it easier and easier and easier for lawlessness to continue in the city. The real tragedy is how many shootings will we have this weekend where we'll have more children shot, we'll have felons in the cars with guns, just because they get pulled over with marijuana and a gun. Are we really saying now that's okay? That's basically what we're saying. But no, my argument is, if you got a felon with a gun, nothing will come good from it. But again, I think we continue to make excuses for the lawlessness we have in this community, and it's not taking us anywhere.
If the legislature wanted to really do something about banning bump stocks. on guns.
Well, the Supreme Court just backed away from that.
And they're
Yeah.
way off on
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the legislature has allowed the proliferation of guns. They washed their hands of that, but they are complaining about nonviolent people. That's what we're talking about.
And that's the key word, nonviolent.
Well, can we ask DA Mulroy, though, for the next couple of press conferences, tell us how you're going to get more cases to trial. Tell us how you're going to convict and hold these people that are getting out on $50 bonds and going out and shooting our young people in this community.
He did talk about that within the last week or two. He says he can up the number of cases that are being handled by about 60%. We'll see. But that's all we have time for, unfortunately, guys.
I thought we were going to have an hour.
I thought we were going to have a Donnybrook where everybody gets to go into the ring and the loser leave town match.
Maybe next time,
Okay.
but not on Father's Day.
A haircut match?
Happy Father's Day to everybody.
All right, and to you at home as well. We'll see you next week for ABC24 This Week.